We know how to make money, we just don't know how to manage the money. Money was a topic that was never discussed. Money does not grow on trees. Understand money, basic money management skills, basic budgeting skills, basic investment skills. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you guys are here. For my new subscribers, welcome. For my returning subscriber, welcome back. So today we're talking about money management. One of the things that I've come to realize is we are so busy looking for money, we are so busy making money, but the most important thing is when we make the money, how do we spend it? How do we manage this money? Okay, so in my quest to understanding finances and how we can manage our money, these are some of the skills I feel like everybody should have to be able to manage the money that they make. Because what will be the need for you to make all this money and not be able to manage? So something I've come to realize is that most people make a lot of money, but if you go through your Mpesa statement, if you're in Kenya or other countries that uses Mpesa, if you go through your Mpesa statement and you go through your bank statement and see how much money that came into your account for the whole year, you'll be so shocked. Because we know how to make money, we just don't know how to manage the money. So at the end of the year, when someone asks you how much money did you make for this year, you might actually not be able to wrap your head around the amount of money that came through your account or came through your hands or came through your your Mpesa statement. Okay, so it is important as you make the money, you also know how to manage the money, so that at the end of the year, when the end of the year comes around, you're able to say, I made 2 million, but out of the 2 million that I made, I have 500,000 saved somewhere. Okay, because it's so possible. And I'm talking from experience, you guys. In this channel, we talk about personal growth, yeah? And one of the things that I strive every day to do is to understand about money, because I feel like I've made all money mistakes. Okay, so it is out of the mistakes that I have made previously that I want to be better, to understand money better. Okay, it is important also for you to understand how much money did you make, and how much of that money that you made were you able to save, invest, or grow yourself. Okay, so that's why today we are talking about money management skills. So number 10, one of the skills that you need to understand to be able to manage your money is to cultivate a healthy mindset. Okay, this is one of the things that I will always talk on this channel. How you relate with money depends on a lot of things. There's the aspect of how you handle your money is dependent on how healthy the relationship you have, the healthy or unhealthy relationship you have with money. Okay, it's important for you to develop a very positive, healthy mindset towards how you handle your money. Okay, when I was growing up, one of the things that we used to hear all the time, I don't know if in your family or in your, money was not easily available. And I think it's in most African household, money was a topic that was never discussed. Okay, so growing up, the relationship that you have with money is sort of a negative one, that money doesn't come easy, money does not grow on trees. That was one of the common issue, like one of the common saying in our household. Money does not grow on trees. Like if you want money, you have to go look for money, which is okay. Now you have to, as you go along, you see, there's a certain point in your life where it's about how you grew up, but it's also, there's a certain part of you that you have to put in the work to understand money for yourself. Okay, there are things that we can't change how we grew up, but we have an opportunity to learn money mindset, or a positive money mindset on our own. Okay, you have to develop a very positive money mindset. You have to also develop the abundance mindset, because I'm telling you, like the struggle of handling money with the scarcity mindset. You're always looking for money, you're always handling money from a scarcity mindset, which makes you either become a hoarder or become a spender, because you're just thinking money is scarce, money is not readily available. So when you get money, most people, what they do, they end up spending a lot, or they hold it because they are afraid they are going to lose this money. Okay, so make it a point, or make it make it a point that you understand money and the psychology of how you handle your money. Okay, because we all handle money differently. We all come from different background and cultures. I personally, my psychology of money was scarcity. So if I got money, I just held into money like my life dependent on it. Okay, so spending money has always been a problem, because I feel like I was not going to be able to get more money. So I had to come to a place of realization, Julia, money comes easy for you. Like money, if you're working, money will come easy. Okay, so you have to create that relationship where you understand you can create money, and money comes easy. Money comes to help you. Money loves you. Money comes easily for you. Okay, because when you have a scarcity mindset, you also operate from that scarcity mindset. You're like, I don't know where I'm going to get money, I don't know what I should do to get money. So it's really coming from a very bad place. So you have to understand first, what is your psychology, how do you handle money, why do you spend the money the way you spend money, why do you hold money the way you hold money. Okay, so those are some of the things that you need to understand. And let me tell you something, the day I understood that the relationship you have with money is the same way the relationship you can have with a friend. Yeah, like it's how do you treat your friends. If you treat your friends well, they serve you well. If you treat your money well, it will serve you well. So why do people disconnect when it comes to money? You treat people well, you have a very good relationship with people, how you talk to people, how you handle them. But when it comes to your money, you tend to disconnect how you handle money, basically. Okay, so you treat your money in a very bad way. It will not serve you. Money needs to be treated well to serve you in foreseeable future. Okay, so treat money the same way you treat your friends. Number 9, plan for major life events. Okay, hey, you guys, like, people are out here, when something happens, you're running, you're frazzled, you are looking for money to be able to cater for emergencies. Okay, so it's important that as on your journey to handle money, you put money aside for emergencies, money for when something happens and you need money very fast. Okay, and that's why we say create an emergency fund to help you when things come up that you are not anticipated. Okay, so when emergency or life, or you want to, not just for emergencies, like for example when you want to probably buy a house. Okay, those are major life events, because buying a house is not like something you wake up and do overnight. Okay, even if you're going to borrow money to be able to buy a house, you also need a deposit. The bank will ask for a deposit. Okay, so it is important that for this major life events, even having a child is a major life event. I'm telling you, when you start having kids, then you understand you start understanding the importance of, if you had saved up early, it will be so easy. Because even getting those even having children, like going through the birthing of the child, like if you go through a normal or you go through a CS, then you understand how expensive it is to just have a child. Okay, so it is important for these events that are important for you. Like if you see yourself buying a house in the future, save money for that. If you see yourself having children and you do not know, you just don't understand, you don't know the financial of handling a child, it's okay to keep money aside for when those kids come. Okay, so for also something else I've come to realize, you have to put money aside for your retirement. Okay, one of my greatest mistake was when I left employment. I stopped contributing towards my retirement. Okay, so you see, are you seeing, like, so how are you going to retire later when you don't have money to help you in your old age? Okay, so that's one of the things that I'm working towards at the moment. Number 8 is educate yourself continuously. My people, everybody that is here, I know you're here because there's something that you're looking, something that you want to change in your life. Okay, and I am telling you for a fact, if you want to learn about the word of God, you have to pick up the Bible. Okay, if you want to learn about if you want to learn about money, you have to invest in learning about money. I am going to financial literacy, anything that you're lacking in and something that you feel like it's a struggle for you, you have to make it a point to learn about that thing, because I just don't understand how you want your life to shift and you're not willing to put an investment to shift that thing. In Kenya, one of the people that I admire the most are the athlete people who run, okay, in Kenya. The reason why they are good, the conditions at which they run are not favorable, okay? But these guys are able to wake up every morning to go and run. It doesn't matter how they feel, they don't take days off because they want to win the marathon, whatever the races and the marathon they have to run, okay? So can you imagine these people run the whole year? Like they have one major marathon event, if that is the right word, but they run every day continuously. Either it rains, rain or sunshine, these guys are on the track running, practicing. I think it goes the same for the footballers. If they have, like, they're gonna do a World Cup in 2020, I don't know, 30, okay, they start practicing now, because you see yourself, you already anticipate you want to win in your area of money, but you have to start now slowly to understand money, basic money management skills, basic budgeting skills, basic investment skill, in the hope that in the next 2 or 3 years your financial life will have changed. But it will not change, my people. Nothing will change when you don't take up the first step of changing, moving to that direction of what you want to see in the future. You have to take up a skill, a book, a lesson, a podcast to understand those things that are putting you down. Number 7, you have to keep track of financial progress. Okay? You have to continuously review and adjust your financial plans. Okay, life happens, guys. Probably the beginning of the year you had plans to buy a house. Okay, something will come along and change that plan. Okay, so the reason why you have to keep on changing or adjusting and reviewing, because things change. Okay, probably last year you didn't have a child, this year you have a child, your money plan will change. Okay, so you have to adjust. Okay, and that's why it's important you do quarterly. For me, I say the most important thing is to do quarterly reviews. Okay, why? Because you're able to catch yourself if you have gone off track. Okay, because if you set your money plans at the beginning of the year and you only come at the end of the year to review them, I'm telling you for sure life will happen to you and you will not have managed to do any of those things that the plans that you had at the beginning of the year. Okay, so you had very good plans at the beginning of the year, but at the end, when comes the end of the year, nothing has changed. Why? Because you didn't review them. Take time off to just sit down with your money plan. See, this is where I am. I feel like I'm losing track. I'm heading in the wrong direction. This is where I had decided I want to be. Okay, but what is happening at the moment that is making me shift my goals? What is forcing me to revisit these goals? And probably if number 1 was to buy a house, number 2 was to go back to school, why is the shift in me going back to school and not buying the house? Okay, so when you do these reviews, you're able to see what needs to be changed. Okay, and we said, guys, every money every person's money plan is different. Mine is different, yours is different. And we also agreed on this channel, we are not here to copy people's financial plans and copy people's life, because we are all different. We come from a different place, we have different things going on in our lives. Okay, so you have to review your money plan according to you and what is happening in your life. Number 6, make it a goal to invest in your future. Okay, what you have to introduce the concept of growing your wealth over time, putting their money in the money market, understanding bonds, understanding treasury bills, understanding whatever vehicle you want to use to save your money, to invest your money. It is important that you also learn what is it about. Okay, because when you don't direct your money where to go, at the end of the day you will not know where it went. So you have to also make a plan of doing future invest. Don't go into, oh, I had my friend is investing in treasury bills, so I am also going to invest in treasury bills. They have a goal for their money. Also have a goal for your money, so that you invest according to the goal that you have for your money. Okay, so it is important that you invest in the future. And number 5, practice mindful spending. What I mean is, understand what are your needs, understand what are your wants. Just, it's not how you spend your money that is the problem. You just have to understand, these are my needs, these are my wants. Okay, I'm willing to spend this much here because I'm going to dial down on this area of my. When you mindful spending should be a personal thing for you. Where do you want to spend your money? Where do you spend your money on? And where will you not spend money on? Okay, there are people who will set money aside to have a weekend off. Okay, and there are people who, I probably don't care about that. I don't see the need to do that. But probably I will save my money, or spend my money more when it comes to my children. There are people who want to splurge on their entertainment. It's not a problem. That's not a problem at all. But they understand they will not spend a lot of money in buying clothes or buying shoes, but they will spend money in entertainment. They will go on holidays. That's how they make the purchasing decision, because they understand where they're willing to put their money and where they're not willing to put their money. Number 4, manage debt wisely. Okay, so there's good debt, there's bad debt, but I say debt is debt. Personally, I say debt is debt. Either you've taken debt to buy a house, or you've taken debt to go for a holiday. At the end of the day, you're required to pay back that money. So either it's a good debt, it's a bad debt. There are people who you will say this is a bad debt, but for them it's a good debt. Okay, people say when you take money to buy a car, it's a bad debt. But there's someone who needs a car to be able to use it for their family. So it's not an asset. It's not an asset, but they're willing to put money there because for them it's important to be able to have a mode of transport for their family. Okay, so debt is debt. Just know, because you will say, oh, why would they take debt to buy a car? For them it's important, and they don't see it as bad debt. For you, probably taking a debt to buy a house is important. Someone else will not look at it that way. Okay, here in Africa we have a saying, you don't have to take money to build a house, you can build a house slowly. What that means is you can build as you go. You don't have to take debt to buy a house. You can take the money, and you don't have to borrow money to build a house, because you can build your house slowly. Meaning, if you have 50,000, you do one thing. You have 100,000, you do something else. But someone else doesn't have the patience to do the same. So they might take money to buy a house. That's why I'm saying it is so bad for you to compare yourself when it comes to money issues, because how you perceive money is not the same way the other person perceives money. But I'm saying manage your debt wisely, meaning whatever kind of debt you decide to take, for the reason that you know best, be wise in your debt consumption. Okay, be wise in how you take debt. Be wise in understanding what this debt is coming to do for you. So when you take debt for that purpose that is important for you, which I say we are not judging here. If you take debt for whatever reason and that was important for you, that was important for you. Who are we to tell you what is important for you and what is not important when our life is different, when our how we view money is so different, okay? But when you take debt from a wise decision, because you have learned about money, you understand where you want to keep your money. When you take debt, it is important that you have a plan to pay that debt, okay? Because I've seen most people will take debt without not having a plan of paying the debt, because you will pay back that debt. Have a plan as to how you're going to pay the debt. And I'm going to give an example because I felt like there's a video I didn't explain how to really pay back debt, okay? There are two ways you can pay debt. You can pay debt using the debt Snowball, and you can pay debt using the Avalanche methods. So I'm going to give a demonstration. I'm going to give you an example of so are you seeing my plate? This is my house plate. So when I say paying debt using the debt Snowball, this is what I mean. Debt Snowball is, are you seeing the smallest cotton wool? I've actually used a cotton wool. This is the smallest cotton wool and this is the largest cotton wool. So what debt Snowball means is, let me put it here so that you're able to see. What debt Snowball means is, you take the first cotton wool, which is the smallest, this small one, okay? You pay the smallest debt that you have, okay? So first you have to write down all your debts, because how are you going to know which debt is debt? Which debt do you owe? So you sit down and write all your debts, okay? Then you take the smallest debt. This is probably, you owe me 1,000. You should pay my money. So this is your smallest debt. Take this smallest debt and pay it first, okay? When you're done paying this debt, if you're paying Julia 1,000 shillings, take this 1,000 shillings. Don't take it back to your budget, okay? Take the 1,000 shillings and take it to the second debt, okay? So this one, assuming this was 5,000, okay? So this is 5,000 repayment, okay? So you finish the 1,000. Instead of taking this money to now start consuming it, you add it to your second debt. Are you seeing? Okay? So now you're adding to the 5,000 so that now you're paying faster, okay? When you finish paying the 5,000 plus the 1,000, now it's 6,000, you go to the next debt, okay? All right? So probably this was like 10,000, okay? So now you have the 1,000, you have the 5,000, you're putting into the 10,000, okay? So the balance of this debt is probably 4,000. You have to just get 4,000 now from your income to add it here, because you're debt snowballing, like you're snowballing your money from 1,000 to 5,000 to now you have 6,000, and this debt was 10,000. So only 4,000 is coming from your income, okay? So you pick up that, okay? When you're done with this one, you pick the next one, okay? Then you pick the next one, and then finally you finish it, okay? So that's how debt snowball is you pay from the smallest to the largest, okay? So when you keep paying as you slowly go down. What Avalanche method means, Avalanche method is based on the interest rate. So for example, again, okay, Avalanche means, for example, has the biggest interest rate, okay? So this is your biggest interest rate, this is your smallest interest rate. Because you want to see significance in your paying of debt, you start with the biggest interest rate, okay? Because you want to clear this one, because this is eating into your money. When you have a debt with the highest interest rate, it eats into your money. But when you have, probably this one does not have a lot, like you're paying minimum, the least interest rate on this debt. So you start with the biggest, so that you free a lot of money from the debt that has the biggest interest rate, so that you're able to clear the other ones faster. So the method of debt payment that you choose it only depends on you. There's no wrong. You know, I've had couple of debates. Oh, you should pay the smallest to the biggest. You should pay from the biggest interest to the smallest. I personally feel you pay your debt the way you feel is comfortable for you, okay? So if you feel like paying with the debt snowball is going to give you a motivation, because when you go clearing, like you tick, I paid Julia, I'm going to pay James, I'm going to pay this one, so you feel motivated to keep going. Then pick that up. If you feel like this debt that I took for my car is really eating into my money, I feel so stuck, I'm going to start with this big debt. So start there, because this one is a big loan, it has a big interest rate, that's where your money is stuck. So do that. At the end of the day, you make the decision. Number 3, prioritize your savings. Okay, having a saving culture is very important. Okay, because we get money, we get money at the end of the month, and we make sure by the end of we get money at the beginning of the month, we make sure by the end of the month we don't have any money, because money comes in, it's just money passing through our hands. Okay, so prioritize saving and putting money aside to do things for you and for your family, because when you need money, where are you going to get money? And again, saving money helps you not go into debt, because for example, if you had saved money even for buying a particular thing, you might not end up going into debt when you want to acquire that thing, because probably you have money in the money market, just seated there. When something comes up, you're able to pick that money and do with it what you want to do. Okay, number 2 is create a budget. Okay, I feel here this is where people budgeting, this is where it becomes a bit tricky. You know, you cannot start budgeting if you don't track your expenses, or it track your income and your expenses, just to know how much money did I make in my business, how much money did I make from my income, then how much money did I pay for Netflix, how much did I pay for internet, how much money generally does my household need for it to be sustainable. Okay, so you have to, for you to create the budget. What budget means in simple terms, it's not complicated. How much money is coming to your household, how much money is going out, basically. So but you cannot know how much money is going out if you don't keep a track. So keep a track of the expenses of your household, then do an average just to understand. We spend 150k. For us to be able to survive in this house, we spend 150k, or we spend 300,000, or we spend 50,000, or we spend 30,000. That's how you differentiate your money. Okay, then how much money is coming into my household, so that you know, is it an income problem or is it a spending problem? You might beat yourself thinking, oh, we are not able to meet our end, we are not able to meet our needs, but it's not even the income problem, it's a spending problem. Or it's not just a spending, probably you've cut, so it's an income problem. So you have to look for money that will come and cover the expenses that you have, so you understand. Okay, so create a budget so that you differentiate between the two, keeps you disciplined. Okay, so now for example, I know I'm only having when I get my income, for example, you get an income of 30,000, or let's say 50,000. Okay, and when you create a budget, you see the balance is the only thing that is going to be available for anything else is maybe 2,000. It means you cannot be spending 10,000 out here. Number 1, as I said, number 1 is setting clear financial goals. Okay, so where are we making money, where are we here if we don't have proper financial goals? Okay, so just set up financial goals that are very clear to you and what you want to see in the future. Okay, so I've come to realize that in most cases you will set goals beginning of the year, and at the end of the year you've not achieved those goals because you are not clear on your goals. Probably you set those goals based on some external forces than what you want. So when you don't have financial goals, it's like you don't have a map as to the direction of where you want your money to go. Okay, so money follows a plan. Money accomplishes something that has already been set. If you set a goal, then the money will follow to complete that which you want to do. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.